Sorry to interrupt. Those who are having paper and poster presentations, kindly forward to the reception desk, please.
Women, educate women and treat women is my only motto of life. So I am Dr. Diksha Singh and this is my topic, role of physiotherapy in female reproductive cycle. So this is me. I've done my specialization in obs-gynec and I'm founder of Group Hormonal Wing and writer of 2 books on obs-gynec, that is, it's all about pregnancy and it's all about periods. So before starting, I would love to call it with the tagline of our hormonal wings, that is, women's health physiotherapy is not only going to create awareness, it is going to has the power to change lives forever of a woman. So now, as a physio, you can understand how much crucial role as a woman you are playing, as a physio you are playing in the life of a woman, how much important a physiotherapy. And you know the best part about the women's health physiotherapy, you are not only going to work on antenatal, postnatal, because in hormonal wings we are working on from menarche to menopause, means from birth to death. As a physio, you are important in the life of a woman because if till there is a hormone, there is physiotherapy and there is a woman. So physiotherapy is not limited, physiotherapy is limitless. As when I started my work profession as a women's health physiotherapist, what I come to seek for, I seek many seniors for questions like where I have to go for obs-gynec, where I have to pursue my arm PT. Is it okay? Because I'm like in a bachelor, I'm a ranker of my college, and they just told me just don't go for it. You just go for ortho, just go for many other courses. You will like shine like a star. But obs-gynec is something which is close to my heart. So how come I can just walk away from my heart? So that's how I started working for women's health. And this is my journey in a physiotherapy of women's. So we are going to cover today what is menstruation, the myths about menstruation, and your female reproductive cycle, your feedback mechanism of hormone, and basically, we are going to talk about hormone, like rise and fall of hormone is there, and how these are fluctuated, and how these are going to just change in your behavior of your nature, your muscle tone, how they are going to influence you. And I'm also give you the project of hormonal wings, that is HEADS, your home exercise and diet plan. So this is a menstrual cycle. I think we all of us know menstrual cycle is something every 28 days a woman is menstruating, is getting a bleeding kind of thing or like a cramp kind of thing. So it's not only menstruation, I think menstruation is a phase. Because whenever we talk about a cycle, a woman is not only menstruating for a week, for a days, a woman is getting a cycle throughout a month, and that we call it your female reproductive cycle, which is a cycle which have 2 parallel cycle in a 4 phases. Means for 28 days, not for 2 days, 3 days, 7 days or 8 days you are menstruating, you are having a cycle throughout a month, which is in a 4 phases, that is your menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulation and luteal phase. Now these are the phases of women's cycle. First is your menstruation, follicular, ovulation and luteal phase is there, and these are the hormonal which I am going to discuss further. And you know, FRC started at the time of puberty. When a girl hit puberty, there's like changes in her ovaries is there, there is like a maturation of your sexual maturity came there, and this is the time you got your thalars, that is breast budding, your pubars, your growth of your pubic hairs, and your basic the menstruation, the menarche. From that day, you got your female reproductive cycle, and here it goes to menopause. And this is like your phases are there, and these are running from here to here. From menarche to menopause, you got your cycle. And feedback mechanism of hormone. As you know, your whole cycle from menarche to menopause is run by hormones, and your hormones is basically regulated by the hormones from ovaries to your hypothalamus, they will activate it, and in response the pituitary will release the FSH, that is your follicular stimulating hormone, and your uterine hormone. They're going to release it, and in response FSH and LH is going to just regulate your cycle, that is your FRC in short. And this is how the loop is going on. This is how your the loop is going on, and this is your estrogen is going on, activating, regulating the hypothalamus, and it is like coming back and regulating the cycle FSH and LH. So rise and fall of hormones. Throughout the phases, 2 cycle is going on. That is, first is your ovarian cycle, second is your uterine cycle. In a first cycle, the first week, that is your basic menstruation. The cycle starts from the day of your menstruation, and in the very first, all hormones, because if your woman is not getting pregnant, that means all hormones, all preparation will go down. And at that time, she's like on her low, and from the second week, when she started getting her, your follicular phase is there, again the preparation started. From here, again you can see the normal range is coming, and then again there's a peak in the ovulation time of the hormones, that is your luteal hormone is at peak, estrogen is at peak, and here from the 4th peak, the corpus luteum is released, and there's like again more relaxin, inhibin, your estrogen, progesterone, so that you can just opt for pregnancy, and if you don't get pregnant, then you will again come to the first phase of your cycle, that is your menstrual phase. Now, as the doctor already told about the PMS, we all know that women is full of mood swings. And in many movies, even the most of men say that, even my man says to me, I am like full of moods, I am a moody person. But before understanding me, before understanding a woman, we should know these hormones, because throughout the month we are going through this up and down. So how come we can come with a constant mood? So there's like someday a woman is going to be too happy when she is having 2 hormones. On day of ovulation, she is on cloud 9, and when she is on her menstruation, she is like depressed like hell. Before menstruation, she is like she want to kill you, and at that time she can get anger too. So this is how the fluctuation is going on, and which is going for more than 2 months. That is your PMS. That impact of hormone on muscle tone. How a physio is complete without a muscle tone? So as I already told you about the rise and fall of hormones, and this is how your basic, your menstrual phase, your follicular ovulation and luteal phase is there. In the first phase, as I already told you, all hormones is at low. Your estrogen, your basic hormone is at low, FSH, LH is at low, because you don't get pregnant. At that time, you can see your muscle, your pelvic floor muscle, your transverse abdominis, that is a corset muscle, is like behaving like too low. That means hypo muscles are there, too looseness is there. Then in the second phase, that is follicular phase, again you will get to know about ki now the FSH hormone is coming to normal. That means simply you are going for again starting preparation again. That means you are at the start of marathon again from the follicular phase. So that means endometrium wall of the uterine cycle will start thickening again. There is again maturation of ova is there. In the third, in the ovulation day, there's like hormone is at peak, and you are on your cloud 9. You are going to like climb the mountain at that time. You are too happy, and all your relationship like shortened out at that time. This is your ovulation, and in the 4th phase, that is your luteal phase. As Cl is released, your corpus luteum. That means at that time you are with more of estrogen, progesterone, and in adjacent you are also getting relaxing hormone. Due to which there is more of ligament laxity is there. Due to which the muscle have to behave too hyperactive manner, and the pelvic floor muscle is like going to work in a too tight manner. So in the first phase we are having too loose muscles. In the second phase we are having normal tone. In the third phase we are having hyperactive muscles. In the 4th phase we are having too tight muscles. So this is the behavior of your muscle with the fluctuating hormone. Now the role of physiotherapy. As physiotherapy is very important, I am a very proud physiotherapist since beginning when I started my practice. So whether it comes to exercise, whether it comes to electro, it is physiotherapy which is indeed important to a women's health cycle. But I always prefer to prehab than rehab. And this my whole FRC like PPT is going to deal with this process only. Ki why to get ill, why to get PMS, why to get any disorder or irregularity, why not to get happy with our hormone, we have to regulate our hormone and with the exercise, because physiotherapy is something which is promoting the exercise. And you know, there's a basic difference between the physiotherapy and the yoga. As a physiotherapist, person come to you when he or she is ill. But for yoga, yoga is for anyone who is like not irregular, not disordered or not ill. So what are the benefits of physiotherapy? It helps in physical and mental well-being, your stress reduction, your blood pressure regulation, your anxiety disorder reduction, your reduced risk of diabetes and obesity is there, your induce of sleep is there. Why? Because whenever we are going for any exercise, we feel very good and there is feel good hormone, that is endorphin, is at peak when we are on exercise. And when we stop doing exercise, you know, this rise of hormone will just lower your negative hormones, and this rise of mood inducing hormone, that is serotonin. And this serotonin induces your sleep. And whenever we got a good sleep, we are having a good mood, that time there's less chances of getting any kind of stress, anxiety or sleep disorder. So that means we are going to be more fit. And it is going to regulate your hormones and reduce the risk of osteoporosis. So I'm going to explain it next. What are these exercises? So for electrotherapy, you can just simply go out for basic things. You can, if you are having pain only, you can go for TENS. For heat therapy, because for this you don't need any specialization like obs and gynec. You can, as a physio, you can help a woman. You can also go for contrast bath. You can just use it at home only. And modern physiotherapy advancement in obs gynec is basically your dry needling, manipulation, MFR is there, blade therapy is there, your cupping, dynamic K-taping is there. So these are the therapies. Even might be more can come in near future. So before starting an assessment, when a girl came to me, so where I have start, let me give you a clue here. Clue is what? Clue is an app. Or you can simply go for any other app which you, or if you don't having any phone, just go for tracking your cycle. Try to write down your cycle. Just have this habit of writing your cycle, because for 6 months, if you are getting your cycle updation, that means you know that your health card is there. If there's any fluctuation in your cycle is there, that means you are like, if you are having normal cycle throughout, that means your body is good, your physical or mental well-being is good, you're away from stress. Or if any fluctuation is there, that means some hormones, some mood swings, or some lifestyle is disturbed. So just try to have this app or any other app which you want. So I'm going to give this another thing, your MMS card, that is your menses monthly summary card, that is your hormonal beings copyright. And basically every woman sitting here, just try to share it with every woman you know. Have this MMS card, try to have one file for you, because we need a self time. For this self time we need a card, for which try to locate your ovulation time, try to get your, if you are ovulating or not. And this can be helped with the help of these apps only, or just tracking your cycle date is enough for a doctor to know. So this is like how you have to go for, just start your day of your period, write about the duration of your cycle, how much days you got it, if you got any spotting in between of your cycle, fluid amount, temperature, if you have taken any painkiller for cramps, premenstrual symptoms you get, early menses is there. So these are the things like late menses, heavy flow, mid menses. So this is a HEADS project, and which is basically the role of physiotherapy started from here. Your home exercise, diet plan, and my sleep plan in additional. So problem is never the exercise, problem is always the wrong exercise. There's a myth about the menstrual, your cycle is there, don't go for exercise. Skip an exercise whenever you are menstruating, you are having a cycle. But I always suggest go for an exercise, but always go for a right exercise. Go for a right, if you know your right day, you know your right phase, that means you know how much your hormone rise and fall is there, and you can just know the behavior of your muscle and you can go for the exercise. So before starting, just know your body shape. If your endomorph, mesomorph or ectomorph or apple or pear-shaped body. And this is like place a measuring tape onto your waist at the navel and your hips at their widest point. To work out waist to hip ratio, divide waist measurement by the hip. You can also have neutral body shape. It is not necessary that you are considered under 3 body shape. You can also have the neutral body shape. Your dynamic warm-up, and this is for an ideal cycle. This is not for any irregularity, because if you got any irregularity, then we have to work on a hormone first. And there's like stretching in any posture, like standing, sitting, supine and prone, you can go out for. And like a breathing exercise is almost important whenever you are going for any exercise. And meditation is also important because there's induction of hormone is there. That means there's need of meditation. So this is like you start with warm-up, stretches, strengthening, and the cool down is important too. And let me give you a sugar-sized diet plan, and I gave it a name on in memory of my beloved father. And whenever the word diet comes to our mind, there's like a thing, we have to skip meal, we have to cheat with ourselves. But with this diet plan, you are going to have equal proportion of your protein, fat, veggies, carbs, and fruit. So I create a good food plan, and the motto behind this plan is one eat when hungry and until and full, and never skip the meals. Try to have the small pouched out. So this is my water chart. Basically, just start your day with a proper hydration. Start with breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening, and just before go to sleep, just have a glass of water, because if you are not getting proper hydration, that means you are dehydrating somewhere. And as a physio and women's health, there's a one term I think everybody is familiar with, the word Kegels, like your contraction and relaxation of hormone is there. But is it the only exercise which is being for women? There's a sort of exercise like pelvic floor exercises is there. You can just go and try to identify the muscle first and try to activate, or either you have to activate or either you have to relax the muscle. So in the first phase of the cycle, as I already told you, the muscle is behaving too loose. So that means we have to work in the strengthening part of the muscle. But in the second phase, that is your follicular phase, when you are again on the first phase of your cycle, now again you have to go for the more normal high intensity workout you can go for. In the third phase, that is ovulation, you are on your cloud nine. Just go out for more of aerobic activity. And when there is like fourth phase, that is your luteal phase is there. Just try to work out with more tightness is there. Try to work on more relaxation part. And these are the references. And this is my first book. It's all about pregnancy, which is everything about pregnancy is there. And you just got to know as a student how to opt for obs gynec physio, what to do whenever woman, it is how to conceive, and when you conceive, how to give childbirth, from breastfeeding to postnatal depression, everything is in short periods. This book contains every data about the normal cycle and abnormal cycle, so that you can differentiate when to seek a specialist help. And as a physio, more than obs gynec, women need a physio, a pelvic physio or a obs gynec physio, because we are indeed important. And thank you so much for listening to me so well. And in the end, I would like to have thank you so much, FAMCON team, and Dr. Atul is there. He's there. Okay. So I'm just giving my this first book in for having me here. Thank you so much to Team FAMCON.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, Dr. Piyush Thakur sir to please kindly felicitate Dr. Diksha Singh.